Good afternoon and welcome to the 2018 ISC World Tournament here in Kitchener, Ontario at the Peter Holman Ball Yard. Today's game featuring the Pueblo Bandits versus the Hill United Chiefs in winner's bracket action here on the ISC network. I'm Steve Sabbert along with my partner Joe Todd, and a big game, Joe, I think, for Pueblo. Hill United, one of the strongest teams in the field.
Obviously, Pueblo are maybe a little undermatched in this game, but everyone wants to go and try and beat the number one team. Hill United, the number one ranked team in this tournament. Everyone wants to knock off the team with the target on their back.
So Hill United will be the home team here. That means the Bandits come up to bat first, and leading things off will be the left fielder Valdemar Turkelson. The center fielder Marcus Tan will bat second. Pablo Figuero, the right fielder, batting third. Wilton Villafana, the third baseman, will bat cleanup. Alan West, the first baseman, batting fifth. Tyrone Sandoval, the catcher, batting P. Isaac Nanez. And batting eighth, Dan Vigil, the shortstop, and the second baseman, Nick Santos, batting ninth. And the pitcher today will be Yenyer Volquez for the Bandits.
Defensively for the Hill United team, in left field, Mark Johnson. Center field, Brad Ezekiel. Right field, Nico Carrillo. On the third base corner, Shane Boland. Shortstop, Nick Shales. Second base, Todd Hunter. First base, Jason Hill. Pitching on the mound today, Adam Fulcard. Behind the plate, Bruno Montroni.
And we're getting set to go. Adam Fulcard getting things underway, and a swing and a miss by Turkelson. And things have started here. Hill United, number of players from across the world who have competed in international contests, and quite the lineup they have. Some familiar names, no doubt about it, as Fulcard bounces that one into Montroni.
Both these teams had easy walks back in the first game. Hill United with a 13-0 win over the Push Lynch Kodiaks. The Pueblo Bandits won 11-3 over the Durham Diamondbacks.
Well, that's the thing about tournaments, Joe, as that pitch comes in for a strike, is the deeper you go, the harder it gets.
Every game gets a little bit tougher.
Come on, Petty. Come on.
1-2 count on the batter, Turkelson. And that's chopped foul. Went off the batter, so they'll wave that down and continue play. 27 degrees here as this game gets underway from the Peter Holman Ball Yard. Cloud cover.
Valdemar Turkelson last year played in the International Team Cup for the Denmark team. At the end of the tournament, he had separated his shoulder. He's going to have to go home and get shoulder separation surgery. He'd already had one on the right arm, then he wanted to finish one. He said, let's complete the whole circle, Joe, and go get the left arm done. Turkelson going down on strikes by Fulcard.
That'll bring up the center fielder, Marcus Tan. Fulcard, one of the, if not the dominant pitcher on the world circuit. He's had a fantastic international career. And he gets 10 frozen on that pitch.
In the short 4-inning game yesterday that Hill United played, Adam only pitched 3 innings, gave up 1 walk, 8 strikeouts in the 3 innings, and gave up no hits. It was a combined no-hitter with him and Justin Schofield.
Chop back to Fulcard, quick on the ball, and on the 1-3 throw, that's quickly 2 out, and that will bring up Pablo Figuero, the right fielder here for the Bandits.
Pueblo had a real hot day yesterday against the Durham Diamondbacks. Went 4 for 4, had a home run, 2 RBIs.
That might be a little tougher to do against Mr. Fulcard.
Yeah, I'm thinking there's a little bit difference there between. But anyway, you want to get something positive in your mind frame.
Confidence is a wonderful thing. And there's a slap over the second baseman's head as Todd Hunter tried to climb the ladder, but look at that. Figueroa with the single, and they've got a base runner on for Wilton Villafana. As I was saying, it's amazing what confidence can do for you, and you come in thinking you can hit anything, and that's what Figueroa just did.
Yes, he's 4 for 4 in the game yesterday. Now he's 5 for 5. That's a nice batting average.
Villafana, the third baseman here for the Bandits, batting cleanup and has a runner at first base. One-0 delivery, just missed the outside part of the plate, 2-0. Fulcard able to blow one by.
Adam with a very slow and deliberate motion on the mound. Finishes it off with a nice snap, though.
Makes a nice pitch there to even the count up at 2-2. Two away here. Fulcard trying to get out of the inning. And Villafana does not chase on that offering. 3-2 now, the count. And a good pitch to get Villafana to chase. And that will do it for the Bandits. They get a hit, though. Pablo Figueroa with the single, but he's left on. And we'll go down to the bottom of the first as the Hill United Chiefs will get their first chance at the bats. You're watching the 2018 ISC World Tournament from Kitchener, Ontario.
To an ISC event? Then stop waiting. Check out our website or social media pages to see when the next event will be near you and come be a part of the experience.
Here we go to the bottom of the first inning, and the Hill United Chiefs will lead things off with their center fielder, Brad Ezekiel. Batting second, the right field, Nick Carril. Nick Shales batting third, the shortstop, followed by Bruno Matroni, the catcher, in the cleanup spot. Jason Hill, the first baseman, batting fifth. Jeff Ellsworth, the DP, batting sixth. Batting seventh, Mark Johnson, the left fielder. Batting eighth, Shane Boland, the third baseman, and batting ninth, James Todd Hunter, the second baseman. Adam Fulcard, of course, pitching for Hill United, not hitting.
Defensively for the Pueblo Bandits in left field, Valdemir Turkelson. Center field, Marcus Tan. Right field, Pablo Figueroa. At third base corner, Wilton Villafana. Shortstop, Dan Vigil. Second baseman, Nick Santos. Alan West is playing first base. Yanir Volkaz is the pitcher of the record. And Tyrone Sandoval will be doing the catching.
And Ezekiel steps in to lead things off here for Hill United. And just looking up and down the lineup, Joe, is there any weakness whatsoever? My goodness, you got Shane Boland batting eighth.
Yeah, real tough. And their bench has a lot of replacements back there too.
Well, you still got to play the game.
Yes.
And a nice pitch there by Volquez evens the count up at 1.
Brad had a home run in the game yesterday, 3 RBIs against Bush Lynch.
Must have had his glass of milk before coming in. Ezekiel, of course, number of appearances across the international scene, including Team Canada.
Oh, that was your milk commercial we're talking about from a couple years ago. That. Well, that wasn't Brad. That was Steve Mullally.
Oh, Steve Mullally,
Ben
yes.
Weidman.
Right. He must have shared in a glass of milk or two.
Yeah, I bet you they did.
Ezekiel calls for time, wants to settle things down. Crowd growing in behind home plate. Of course, work hours now over. Good place to be, the ballpark on a Monday evening. Some fans scattering the outfield bleachers as well. Two and two count on Ezekiel. Oh, look out, that goes off the foot as he rolls over to the other batter's box and will walk that off. I don't care how big and tough you are, that stings.
Oh, it really sends a sharp pain right up your leg. Umpire Lou Davis giving Brad a few extra minutes there to walk that off. He's asking Brad if he's okay.
Two pitch outside, and the count pushed to 3-2. Margin of error shrinks so much when you get to this level. It's amazing, how pinpoint you have to be. You can't miss by a millimeter. That slam down to the third base side. Nice scoop. Throw down to first. Look out. And that's over the first baseman's head. And Ezekiel will trot into second base after the collision. The first baseman, West, tried to stretch to catch the ball, and he tailed right into the base runner's path, and they collided. No harm done. Ezekiel at second on the single, and then the error gets Ezekiel to second base.
What's your scorebook saying there? We made it figure out if it was a throwing error, or you think you're going to give him a base hit?
I'm thinking base hit, throwing error to second, but we'll see what the official scorekeep has to say.
I like that.
Ours is just a suggestion.
Sure.
Nick Carril coming up to bat now, the right fielder. Comes in for a strike. Runner at second base for Hill United here in the bottom of the first inning. In the previous broadcast, we watched the Cubs take an early 3-0 lead over the Senators from Rio Grande and wound up winning that game 9-0. Here, Hill United trying to threaten early as a missed bunt attempt by Nick Carril. And now he's in the hole 0-2.
Pitching staff on this team of Pueblo Bandits, Yanir Volquez and Melvin Batista. Volquez and Batista were both on the Dominican national team back when they pitched in 2016. Back in this tournament with the CPI team, both on that Dominican national team.
Trying to get Carril to chase, unable to do so.
The umpires for today's game: behind home plate, Lou Davis from Nova Scotia, Fred Malachis from Cambridge, Ontario at first base, and Serge Lafemme from Quebec at third base.
That's crushed deep left field. That's high, that's deep, and that's gone. 2-run blast. Nick Carril, and Hill United is on the board in the bottom of the first.
Big power shot there by Carril. Got all of that, drove it over the bleachers in left field. So that fence is set at 250. I'm guessing that ball is probably closer to the 290 mark.
Nick Carril, of course, on the front page of the ISC World Championship Guide, along with teammate Adam Folkard. And Carril maybe trying to get on the guide for next year, possibly.
Yeah. What's a repeat?
Doing his best to give his team a good lead here. 2-run blast. And now we get to Nick Shales, the shortstop. First time I saw Nick Shales play was last year in Whitehorse, playing third base for the Australian national team.
Great all-around ball player.
And not only that, but he stopped in a little community known as Belmore. It's about an hour and 20 minutes from Kitchener if you head northwest. And he did a clinic with Jeff Ellsworth, way down to 4 or 5-year-olds, all the way up to junior age. And, you know, what a fantastic opportunity for the kids to meet him.
Give back to the game. Very important. Big game on Diamond 3. Circle tap. Winners 7-4 over the Elmira Expos.
Expos had a 4-2 lead at one point.
Big comeback there by Circle tap.
So Shales down here. Well, the count is even at 2. 2 runs already across for Hill United in the bottom of the first. Shales watches that cut wide, and the count goes to 3-2.
The thing I like watching about Nick Shales is the explosiveness out of the batter's box. If one guy bobbles that ball or any type of movement at all, Nick is at second base. He hardly hesitates.
He skies that to first base. Alan West will swallow that up for the first out of the inning. And Bruno Montroni, the catcher, coming up. He has some credentials as well. Montroni, I believe, helped with the junior program for Argentina.
Might have back in earlier days. Men's team for the last 4 years anyway. Last 2 cycles.
So 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Montroni swings through that.
Lou Davis noticing that Bruno Montroni actually has his foot on the outside of the batter's box. Bruce kind of drawing a little line there. Bruce drawing the line. Or sorry, Lou. Lou, you're right. Lou Davis.
Well, that line tends to disappear throughout the game.
It's usually gone. I'm surprised the little 3-inch part that's still left is there.
I can see when batters, when they watch the ball go by and they try to see Bruno now, he's already past the line, stepping back even further.
I'm sure that Lou will have a word with him as he sets back in behind the home plate next inning.
3-1 pitch, foul down the third base side. Count to 3-2. So Volquez going deep in some counts here early on. Definitely getting his work here in the bottom of the first inning.
You want to try and shut the door. Keep the ball as low as you can against this Hill United team.
And that was a little too low. And Montroni draws the walk, going to first base. And Jason Hill, the first baseman, coming up here for Hill United.
Good plate appearance there by Montroni.
And Hill will work on the left side of the batter's box. And completely wipe out that line. One thing I haven't noticed so far today, base running situations. I think I've seen one hit and run in the previous game. Other than that, no real attempts at steals or anything like that to generate offense. Really depending on
the base hits.
The power.
Yeah. Trying to manufacture runs, the station by station style.
Big swing and a miss by Hill.
Jason, a little snicker on his back. Smile back to Lou Davis, the home plate umpire, saying, how far out was that?
And that's a little too high, and that will allow Montroni to scamper up to second base.
Volquez has come with 3 straight rise balls now. Going to have to come with something different. Yes, Hill would look bad on one, but Jason Hill's a very good hitter. He can readjust.
Especially 3-1 count now. You have to be careful here. And that's low and outside, and another walk issued as Hill will trot to first base. That will bring up the DP this for Hill United in Jeff Ellsworth.
Ellsworth had a pretty good game yesterday also against Push Lynch. 2 for 3, 1 home run. That home run being a grand slam. 4 RBIs in that game.
And a quick discussion with the infield at the pitcher circle. Runners at first and second, already 2 in on the Nick Carril home run this inning. Ellsworth knows a little thing or two about the sport, getting ready to dig himself in.
Pueblo with just 1 out so far. Melvin Batista already warming up down in the Pueblo bullpen, down the first base line.
Ellsworth checks his swing, and it goes off the bat foul third base side. And that's got to be tough on a team, Joe, that your starting pitcher can't last more than an inning if things keep on going the way they are.
Especially Batista pitched the full 6 innings yesterday. Yes, you're only playing 1 game a day early in this tournament, but you don't want to take a lot of work off of and put that on the shoulders of Melvin Batista.
One-on-one count on Ellsworth. Runners at first and second here. Ellsworth swings through, and he was going for all of that one, and he's down 1-2. Now, from the batter standpoint, Joe, that's the other thing is you see your teammate hit a home run, then a couple of walks, get a little more aggressive at the plate, but now you're down 1-2, and that just misses high and outside. Count even up.
Nice pitch there by Volquez. Just a little bit off the plate. You don't want to get behind to a good hitter like Jeff Ellsworth.
Too long to get the signals connected here between pitcher and catcher, so Ellsworth wanted time, and he was granted it. Still more time being taken here. Ellsworth wants time again.
Yeah.
And now the umpire will chat with the catcher.
Are you guys already saying? This was the same battery that played in the game in Grand Rapids last year. Tyrone Sandoval and Melvin Batista and Volquez. The same battery. So the second consecutive year, they obviously are aware of the signals and what each team, each player is capable of doing.
Runners move up a base to second and third now after that wild pitch. So Volquez running into some problems here. A little rattled after that 2-run shot by Nick Carril. Got Shales to pop up to first, but then back-to-back walks. Ellsworth swing and a miss. And a nice pitch by Volquez. So there is now 2 away with Mark Johnson, the left fielder, coming up to the plate.
Big strikeout by Volquez there, especially with 2 guys on base. Want to try and limit the damage.
Johnson, the number 7 hitter in the lineup. And there's another pitch that sails high, but short backstop. Runner holds at third base. That's Montroni. And a lot of discussions in this half inning for the Pueblo Bandits.
Volquez is throwing a lot of pitches here. Went deep in the counts with 3 batters.
Johnson shakes his head at that one, and it is a ball. 3-0 now on the batter. So in danger of loading the bases. 3-0 pitch coming in. A little bit taken off that one, and it sails in for strike number 1. That one's sent to center field, not deep at all, and easily tracked by Marcus Tan. And that will do it, as Johnson unable to get any runners home. But Hill United strikes for 2 off the Nick Carril home run. 2 runners stranded on base. We'll head to the top of the second inning. Pueblo sending hitters 5, 6, and 7 to the plate to get things underway. You're watching the 2018 ISC World Tournament from Kitchener, Ontario.
Whatever your delivery requirements are across North America, Skelton Truck Lines provides you with reliable, safe, and high-quality service at a fair price. Skelton Truck Lines equipment is satellite tracked and delivers small parcel, less than truckload, and expedited shipments throughout Canada and the U.S. With over 50 years of experience and more than 50 trucks serving 4 divisions, Skelton Truck Lines is a thriving Ontario business and a proud Fastball sponsor. Visit us online at skeltontruck.com. Thanks to Mike Skelton for supporting the broadcast program.
The annual Boys of Summer tournament is held every July at Circle Tap Bar and Grill in Denmark, Wisconsin. We host some of the top teams in the game at one of the best venues in softball. The atmosphere of old-time fast pitch with all of the amenities of a full-service bar and grill on the grounds can't be beat. Reduced rate hotels about 10 minutes from the park are available in Green Bay. To bring your team to the annual Boys of Summer tournament next July, contact Dean Kane at ct16@greenbaynet.com. Thanks to Circle Tap for their support of the broadcast program.
To the top of the second inning we go. Pueblo setting up Alan West to lead things off, the first baseman, and some work to do for the visiting team.
Pueblo Bandits need to try to find a reply. Yes, you're facing one of the top pitchers in this game. Pueblo Bandits are up to the challenge.
It'll be West, Tyrone Sandoval, and Isaac Nunez coming up for Pueblo here in the top half of the second. As the crowd continues to multiply here at the 2018 ISC World Tournament. Peter Hallman Ball Yard in tip-top shape to host this event.
West and both Sandoval both had 2 hits in the game yesterday against the Durham Diamondbacks.
West, a little bit of a different approach up to the plate, standing up in the box as opposed to along that back line. His back foot even with the back of home plate. Has an open stance. Fulkerd ready to deliver. And swing and a miss, and that's going to do it for West. Strikeout victim number 3 for Adam Fulkerd, and Tyrone Sandoval, the catcher, will step in. Whoa, look out. And that went off the mask. Oh, the top of the head. Lou is feeling some discomfort. He took that right off the noggin.
Yeah.
And they're going to call for some medical help here. He's bleeding. It looked like the pitch was coming in, and Lou just bent his head down because it was sailing high, and it tipped the glove of the catcher and ricocheted off the head of Lou Davis. So hopefully he seems to be okay, but he is cut at the top of the head. So we're going to have a little bit of a delay here while they tend to the umpire.
Well, one of the major concerns of it getting in the head now is the go concussion. Potentially you want to try and avoid that. There's concussion protocol there, and I'm sure the trainer is aware of those standards.
Well, ISC officials will be going down to check on the umpire on the third base side here. It's not the first time we've seen umpires injured, though, Joe. It's one of the hazards of the game. So here's a question for you. Are there backup umpires in place to come in?
Well, there's 18 umpires here for the tournament, and obviously we have 3 diamonds going, and so there's 9 umpires here, so being used at this present time. So the umpire-in-chief right now, Bruce Bierman, would probably be.
Rick Boyd will go see. So it sounds like they're going to replace Lou here in this game. So there will be a little bit of a delay. Again, the pitch came in and hit the umpire on the top of the head. He was cut. He's getting treated. He's got a towel, and he'll be coming out of the third base. And he'll be escorted off the field, and they'll take a look at him closer. So we'll take a little bit of a break here. We are in the top of the second inning with 1 out for Pueblo at the plate. It's Hill United up 2-0. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching the 2018 ISC World Tournament from Kitchener, Ontario on the ISC Network.
Jukasa Radio 93.5 FM, operating from the 6 nations of the Grand River Territory, is dedicated to the promotion of Indigenous culture, positive initiatives, language, and music to our youth. We offer a unique blend of top 40, hip-hop, R&B programming, and Indigenous music. You can count on Jukasa Radio 93.5 FM to help your voice be heard. Our interactive call-in shows feature locally produced news, sports, health, current affairs, and social issues. Unique programming with an Indigenous perspective. Listen live at jukasaradio.ca or download the Jukasa Radio app free from your app store.
For all your team uniform and equipment needs, fastball, slow pitch, and hockey, for players and teams, make sure you visit Corbett's Source for Sports on the South Service Road in Oakville, Ontario. There's a lot of deals to be had on all kinds of equipment. Thank you to Paul Hurd and Corbett's Source for Sports for their generous sponsorship of the broadcast program.
When you're in St. John's, Newfoundland, you're at home. And you're never more at home than when you're at Kelly's Pub, right on famous George Street. Traditional live music and some of the best fish and chips in the city are what you'll get at Kelly's. One of the top fastball sponsors in the country is right here in St. John's. Kelly's Pub, live music, great food, and friendly service. Right around the corner is Three Cheers Pub, home of the three-time Canadian national champions. Three Cheers is downtown St. John's friendly pub. Affordable drinks and great staff with buckets all day, every day. Three Cheers Pub is a proud fastball sponsor. Kelly's Pub and Three Cheers Pub, come and make yourself at home.
If a man runs for president, interviews for a high-level job, or needs a good table at a smart restaurant, chances are he'll be wearing a suit. Mr. Ned is your custom tailor in New York City. Located at 137 Fifth Avenue, we provide our clients with the highest quality custom suits at affordable pricing. Our range of fabrics is second to none and will fit the needs of any well-dressed professional. Whether it be everyday business attire or a special occasion, we have the ability to make you a man of distinction. Visit the store at 137 Fifth Avenue in New York or see us online at MrNedNYC.com. We thank Mr. Ned and Varn Matosian for generously supporting the broadcast program.
Peligro Sports provides the essentials needed to give your team an edge on the field. Our brand is rooted in creating a unique experience tailored to the specific needs of your team to ensure your performance is at the best level to execute plays. At Peligro Sports, we rally behind our athletes and understand their fight to take their game to a dangerous level. Visit our store at 2200 Amsterdam Avenue in New York City or see us online at peligrosportsnyc.com. Thanks to Jose and Peligro Sports for their support of the broadcast program.
Back here at the Peter Holman Ball Yard at the 2018 ISC World Tournament in Kitchener, Ontario. Glad you could join us here on the ISC Network. It's the Pueblo Bandits and the Hill United Chiefs. Top of the second inning, a 2-0 lead for the Chiefs, who are the home team. And we are in a delay right now. Umpire Lou Davis, who was calling balls and strikes, took a ball to the top of the head, cut him, and he was escorted off the field. We are waiting for a replacement umpire to come into the game now to keep it to a 3-person crew, and that's where we sit at this point. The big hit coming in the top of the first inning, it was Nick Carril with a 2-run home run after Brad Ezekiel hit a single, and that is where we sit. And right now, Adam Folkard, you can see just lightly tossing the ball into home plate to keep everything warm as we are in an extended delay. So we'll be back in another moment. This is the 2018 ISC World Tournament from Kitchener, Ontario, and you're watching it on the ISC Network.
Whatever your delivery requirements are across North America, Skelton Truck Lines provides you with reliable, safe, and high-quality service at a fair price. Skelton Truck Lines equipment is satellite tracked and delivers small parcel, less than truckload, and expedited shipments throughout Canada and the U.S. With over 50 years of experience and more than 50 trucks serving 4 divisions, Skelton Truck Lines is a thriving Ontario business and a proud fastball sponsor. Visit us online at skeltontruck.com. Thanks to Mike Skelton for supporting the broadcast program.
The annual Boys of Summer tournament is held every July at Circle Tap Bar and Grill in Denmark, Wisconsin. We host some of the top teams in the game at one of the best venues in softball. The atmosphere of old-time fast pitch with all of the amenities of a full-service bar and grill on the grounds can't be beat. Reduced rate hotels about 10 minutes from the park are available in Green Bay. To bring your team to the annual Boys of Summer tournament next July, contact Dean Kane at ct16@greenbaynet.com. Thanks to Circle Tap for their support of the broadcast program.
A legendary pitcher. Unbreakable records.
That's got a mile. Goes a mile high to the wall, to the track. Saved by baseball.
And that ball's lifted up and going back to left field. What a great grab. Off speed is deep, deep, and you can get out of this ballpark.
5 Hall of Famers. 3 World Championships.
And that ball is driven out deep.
Pitch from Forkert is driven deep. Shane Boland to the fence. It's gone. Shane Boland has hit the game-winning home run.
The Toronto Gators, gone but not forgotten.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and the Kitchener River Shark Twins repeat. Back to back Jets. It's the local kid who wins it.
Swing and a miss. Jarvis. 3-peats.
Adam Falkert, absolutely.
Here comes the throw to the plate. Are the world champions.
It's 2015 ISC Men's World Champions.
Shane Boland has hit the game-winning home run, and the Toronto Gators are world champions.
Fittingly, it's out on to first, and the United Chiefs back to the top of the mountain.
ISC Canada East, home of champions.
Jukasa Radio 93.5 FM, operating from the 6 nations of the Grand River Territory, is dedicated to the promotion of Indigenous culture, positive initiatives, language, and music to our youth. We offer a unique blend of top 40, hip-hop, R&B programming, and Indigenous music. You can count on Jukasa Radio 93.5 FM to help your voice be heard. Our interactive call-in shows feature locally produced news, sports, health, current affairs, and social issues. Unique programming with an Indigenous perspective. Listen live at jukasaradio.ca or download the Jukasa Radio app free from your app store.
For all your team uniform and equipment needs, fastball, slow pitch, and hockey, for players and teams, make sure you visit Corbett's Source for Sports on the South Service Road in Oakville, Ontario. There's a lot of deals to be had on all kinds of equipment. Thank you to Paul Hurd and Corbett's Source for Sports for their generous sponsorship of the broadcast program.
When you're in St. John's, Newfoundland, you're at home. And you're never more at home than when you're at Kelly's Pub, right on famous George Street. Traditional live music and some of the best fish and chips in the city are what you'll get at Kelly's. One of the top fastball sponsors in the country is right here in St. John's. Kelly's Pub, live music, great food, and friendly service. Right around the corner is 3 Cheers Pub, home of the 3-time Canadian national champions. 3 Cheers is downtown St. John's friendly pub. Affordable drinks and great staff with buckets all day, every day. 3 Cheers Pub is a proud fastball sponsor. Kelly's Pub and 3 Cheers Pub, come and make yourself at home.
If a man runs for president, interviews for a high-level job, or needs a good table at a smart restaurant, chances are he'll be wearing a suit. Mr. Ned is your custom tailor in New York City. Located at 137 Fifth Avenue, we provide our clients with the highest quality custom suits at affordable pricing. Our range of fabrics is second to none and will fit the needs of any well-dressed professional. Whether it be everyday business attire or a special occasion, we have the ability to make you a man of distinction. Visit the store at 137 Fifth Avenue in New York or see us online at mrnednyc.com. We thank Mr. Ned and Var Matosian for generously supporting the broadcast program.
Peligro Sports provides the essentials needed to give your team an edge on the field. Our brand is rooted in creating a unique experience tailored to the specific needs of your team to ensure your performance is at the best level to execute plays. At Peligro Sports, we rally behind our athletes and understand their fight to take their game to a dangerous level. Visit our store at 2200 Amsterdam Avenue in New York City or see us online at peligrosportsnyc.com. Thanks to Jose and Peligro Sports for their support of the broadcast program.
It's the 2018 ISC World Tournament from Kitchener, Ontario at the Peter Holman Ball Yard. You're watching it on the ISC Network. I'm Steve Sabbert along with Joe Todd. A bit of delay here in this game featuring the Pueblo Bandits and the Hill United Chiefs as we have an umpire replacement coming in. Lou Davis taking a ball off the head at the home plate area, and he was escorted off the diamond. Looked to be okay, but he was cut, and they're bringing in a new umpire to get things underway here, I believe, via the golf cart. Very important to have at a tournament, Joe, the mode of transportation to quickly maneuver people around when needed. So Brandon Bloom will be the home plate umpire now as he comes walking in, and they'll get things underway here very shortly. Just to recap, Hill United leading things off in the bottom of the first. It was Brad Ezekiel with a solid single, then Nick Carril with a 2-run blast to give Hill United the lead. And now the Pueblo Bandits trying to respond here in the top of the second. There is one away. Alan West was a strikeout victim of Adam Folkard, and that will bring up Tyrone Sandoval here at the plate. So the umpires will convene at home plate, talk with both coaches, and make sure everything's on the up, and we'll get underway once again. Joe, my question to you is how much of a delay affects a pitcher such as Adam Folkard?
Adam was throwing some soft toss there. Now he's going to beef it up a little bit, throw a few warm-up pitches a little bit faster. It shouldn't really matter right now because the heat of the day is out there right now, and it's not that it was cold or damp, so I don't think it should affect Adam at all. Now, I saw Volquez also warming up on the sideline down the first base line, so both pitchers were warming up and staying sharp during that delay.
All right, so final instructions for everybody, and we'll get underway once again. And I believe the count is 1-0 on Sandoval because it was the first pitch that came by and hit the umpire. So they'll double check and make sure as the umpire will trot over to the official scorers table and make sure the count is on the up. Now, the scoreboard hasn't changed at all since we had that delay. So,
well, both umpires should be able to agree to that.
And most importantly, balls. You need balls to play the game, and the umpire will get those.
The lineup cards as well to make the changes.
So extra duty, overtime for Mr. Bloom as we get set to continue this contest. We are in the top of the second inning. One away, nobody on. And Tyrone Sandoval will continue his at-bat.
A true doubleheader for Brandon Bloom. He did the plate in the last game on this diamond.
Well, then he's well warmed up then.
Yes, there shouldn't be any problem. He probably had a shower and was in his street clothes a bit. And a quick change.
2-1 count now on Sandoval. Time is called down the third base side. Just double checking the count, make sure everybody's on the same page. Folkard swings it in for strike number 2. All evened up on the batter. And there's strikeout number 4 on the day as Sandoval goes down looking. Isaac Nenez coming up to the plate, the DP for Pueblo today.
Well, Pueblo Bandits did touch up. Adam Folkard back with a good clean single back in that first inning, so to try and find a reply to those 2 runs put on the board back then.
Folkard starting things off with a strike. And you're right, Joe. No harm, no foul on the delay for Folkard. Great pitch there, swing and a miss. Folkard missed his spot, still got the strike. You know you're in trouble when, Joe, the pitcher says, I missed my spot, and I still got you.
Yeah.
Not good. 0-2. Swing and a miss for strike number 3, and Folkard does it all himself in this half of the inning. As 3 batters come up to the plate, 3 of them strike out. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning. Hill United up by a pair. This is the 2018 ISC World Tournament in Kitchener, Ontario. and you're watching it on the ISC network.
Whatever your delivery requirements are across North America, Skelton Truck Lines provides you with reliable, safe, and high-quality service at a fair price. Skelton Truck Lines equipment is satellite tracked and delivers small parcel, less than truckload, and expedited shipments throughout Canada and the U.S. With over 50 years of experience and more than 50 trucks serving 4 divisions, Skelton Truck Lines is a thriving Ontario business and a proud Fastball sponsor. Visit us online at skeltontruck.com. Thanks to Mike Skelton for supporting the broadcast program.
The annual Boys of Summer tournament is held every July at Circle Tap Bar and Grill in Denmark, Wisconsin. We host some of the top teams in the game at one of the best venues in softball. The atmosphere of old-time fast pitch with all of the amenities of a full-service bar and grill on the grounds can't be beat. Reduced rate hotels about 10 minutes from the park are available in Green Bay. To bring your team to the annual Boys of Summer tournament next July, contact Dean Kane at ct16@greenbaynet.com. Thanks to Circle Tap for their support of the broadcast program.
To the bottom of the second we go. Hill United will send up Shane Boland and James Todhunter to the plate, the 8 and 9 hitters in this lineup, to face Yenyer Volquez. Had a bit of a rough ride in the first inning. Couple of hits, couple of walks, was able to get out of it with a strikeout and a flyout, and stranded 2 runners. Now back to work. Boland leading things off, the third baseman for this Chiefs team.
Very deep batting order here by Hill United when Shane Boland and James Todhunter can be your number 8 and 9 batters there.
Fouled off behind home plate over the seating area. Just got underneath that offering. Count still sits at 0-2. Volquez just missing with that pitch low.
Volquez did get up and down twice during that delay.
We've seen that a few times, Joe, with the rise ball from Volquez, firing it over the top of his catcher.
Yeah, he just doesn't have that rise ball working. Maybe the grip or a knuckle is just not sitting on the release of the ball.
That slap to the left field side and a solid base hit for Boland. Didn't try to do too much with that pitch, just enough to get it to the outfield. And the leadoff runner on James Todhunter coming to the plate now, the second baseman.
Volquez has to do his best to stay ahead of these batters. Got behind on Shane Boland and had to come with his pitch.
Starts Todhunter off with a strike. Ezekiel on deck as the order for Hill United will flip to the top. And Volquez dancing all around the strike zone, but being very, very cautious here.
I guess it's the worst of two evils. Do you try and pick corners against them, or do you try and come down the middle of the plate and hope your defense helps you? Especially against a strong hitting team like Hill United.
to the third base side, foul.
Volquez with 2 walks back in that first inning, but neither one of them come back to haunt them as they were both stranded on third and second base respectively.
So Todd Hunter patiently awaiting his pitch, sitting at 2-2 in the count. And this one skied to the third base side. Should be an easy one for Villafana, who eats that one up. And Todd Hunter's recorded as an F5 on the flyout scale. It's going to be Brad Ezekiel now stepping up to the plate. Solid single back in the first inning. When I say back to the first inning, just last inning.
Last inning, yeah.
Big leadoff by Bolin there as he scampered well off the bag. I'm sure Tyrone Sandoval, no stranger to throwing in behind the runner. And Sandoval really asking Volquez to try to hit that outside corner, but they haven't really sustained anything at that part of the plate.
And again, that's when you're not going to get the calls from the umpires, when you're not close. That ball missing 8 to 10 inches there out of the strike zone.
That one missing to push the count to 3-1.
Well, with the pitches that he threw during the delay and the pitches that he threw back in the first and second inning, he's throwing a lot this afternoon.
There goes the runner, and that's popped up to the first base side. Boland's going to scamper back, and the hit and run just doesn't work in that instance. A fly out to first base for the second out of the inning, and that's going to break up Nick Carril here. 2-run blast in the first for the right fielder.
Very eager after hitting that 2-run home run back in the first inning.
Well, he made it look easy.
Yeah. Kind of regrouped there, took your time, stepped out of the batter's box. Did some quick thinking.
That one gets by Sandoval, and that allows Boland to go up to second base. So now a runner in scoring position. There is 2 out, but a single possibly drives the runner home. Anything more than that will definitely get the runner to home plate. Another one Carril wanted.
Game has really slowed down in pace here now.
That pitch is outside, 2-2. Nick Shales waiting on deck as the lineup just doesn't get any easier for Volquez and company. Opportunity here, though, to get out of the inning and go to the sticks. And great pitch there by Volquez, cuts the inside part of the plate, and that will do it for Carril as he goes down looking. So they strand Boland at second base. Leadoff runner gets on, but 3 go down in a row. Still a 2-0 lead for Hill United. We'll head to the top of the third inning. You're watching the 2018 ISC World Tournament from Kitchener, Ontario on the ISC Network.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and the Kitchener River Shark Twins repeat. Back to back Jets! It's the local kid who wins it.
Swing and a miss. Jarvis. 3-peats.
Adam Falker, absolutely.
Here comes the throw to the plate. Are the world champions.
It's 2015 ISC Men's World Champions.
Shane Bowen has hit the game-winning home run, and the Toronto Gators are world champions.
Fittingly, it's Adam on to first, and the United Chiefs back to the top of the mountain.
ISC Canada East, home of champions.
We go to the top of the third inning, and Pueblo has Dan Vigil, the shortstop, up to the plate to face Adam Folkard. Vigil will be followed by Santos, the number 9 hitter, then back to the top of the order in Valdemar Turkelson. The good news for Pueblo is Folkard hasn't gotten all of the outs himself. The bad news is Folkard does have 5 strikeouts in just 2 innings.
5 of the 6, yes.
So
he did get the first baseman involved in one play. He got an assist on the other one.
Get the assist on the other put out.
He didn't want to miss it out.
1-2 pitch. Vigil watches that sail high. Still lots of action to come tonight from the Peter Holman Ball Yard, including the New York Gremlins taking on the Niagara Snappers. Strike 3 is called as Vigil is caught swinging for the first out of the inning. Nick Santos will now step into the batter's box. Gremlins featuring some big names, including Beninoka and Zenon Winters, veterans of the game, and Niagara sending Kyle Linton to pitch. Attempted bunt by Santos as he pulled the bat back. Corners coming in a hurry.
Santos really moving a lot in that batter's box.
Stays a little more stationary there. Called a strike, though. And Folker just a little too much to handle right now for the Bandits batters.
Yeah, a little overmatched. Adam's certainly not letting up. Needing the work, obviously. He's pointing to the tournament where you're only pitching 1 game a day, so you want to make sure the time you spend on the mound is
Flare to the shortstop and over the head of Nick Shales, and another excuse me single by the Bandits as Santos gets on to first base with 1 away here. And the top of the order now coming up, Turkelson, the left fielder.
Nick Santos played on that junior men's team from the United States a few years ago. He's also the player rep, one of the player reps for the ISC right now.
Turkelson struck out swinging back in the first inning, his second time to take on Adam Folkert here in this game. That one got away from Folkert. Nice job by Montroni to scoop that up.
Good movement by the Hill United infield.
It's all in the little details, Joe, when you get to this level, and even the separation between the teams at this level. All the little details, that's flared to the third base side of the play. Everybody moving on a pitch, on contact. Everybody knows where they need to go. One and two count on the batter. Good job by Turkelson to fight that off.
Turkelson will be a tough out. Yes, he did strike out back in that first inning. He will attempt to get a bat on the ball. Put the ball in play. Valdemir's really not a home run hitter, but he does have the ability to just crunch a big power shot.
Shortening up on the swing and doesn't help as he strikes out for the second time of the game. The seventh strikeout of the game for Folkert. And Marcus Tan's going to come up to the plate, grounded out to the pitcher in the first inning. So still the runner at first base. Again, no steal attempt whatsoever at this point. And 10 whiffs through that offering.
Marcus Tan was 3 for 4 in the game against Durham yesterday. Does have a good wheels going down that line.
Throw down to first base. Santos back in there in time.
Turned a single into a nice clean double with his wheels yesterday.
One pitch. And that's a shallow fly ball. Back to play it. The second baseman, Todd Hunter, and a nice over-the-shoulder catch. Made it look routine for the third out of the inning. So Pueblo strands a runner at first base. And we go to the bottom of the third. The Chiefs in the lead right now. This is the 2018 ISC World Tournament from Kitchener, Ontario. And you're watching it on the ISC Network.
Jukasa Radio 93.5 FM, operating from the 6 nations of the Grand River Territory, is dedicated to the promotion of Indigenous culture, positive initiatives, language, and music to our youth. We offer a unique blend of top 40, hip-hop, R&B programming, and Indigenous music. You can count on Jukasa Radio 93.5 FM to help your voice be heard. Our interactive call-in shows feature locally produced news, sports, health, current affairs, and social issues. Unique programming with an Indigenous perspective. Listen live at jukasaradio.ca or download the Jukasa Radio app free from your app store.
To the bottom of the third we go. Nick Shales, Bruno Montroni, and Jason Hill scheduled to hit for Hill United. Nick Shales, founder of Lumberjack Sports, sponsor of the broadcasts here at the ISC World Tournament. Shales a pop-up to first base in the first inning, so he's 0 for 1 on the day. He'll stand in to face Yenyer Volquez.
Volquez has to make sure that he has that rise ball in that strike zone. Struggled with it so far.
Yeah, we've seen more rise balls sail to the backstop than we have called for strikes. Shales fouls it off. Those white lumberjack batting gloves. Actually, they look a little too white. Need to get a little more dirty.
We do have some starting pitchers for the games at 6 o'clock. On diamond number 3 will be Aurora Dolan Murphy. Starting pitcher of that, Fabio Sylvester. And for the Shakespeare Falcons, it'll be Kirk Santella. Over on diamond 2 will be the Bloomington Sticks against the Toronto Batman. Harrison Peters getting the ball there for the Bloomington Sticks. Toronto Batman coming back with Caleb Keeshing starting for the Toronto Batman. So some good games coming on the network at 6 o'clock. Along with our game here on Diamond 1 between Niagara and the Gremlins.
3-2 offering to Shales, and that's in high. And he'll take a walk down to first base. So the leadoff batter on for Hill United in the bottom of the third. That's going to bring up Bruno Matroni, who took a walk in the first, stranded at third. Shales takes a quick step off first base, but holds up.
Nick Shales, a real smart base runner.
Montrone waves at that one. Just watching Nick Shales at first, Joe, and the way he, as the pitcher's ready to deliver, takes a deep bend backwards and really drives off those heels. All about the rhythm. Oh, look out, Montrone gets punched out inside part of the plate, and he goes down looking for the first down of the inning. Jason Hill, the first baseman, coming up to hit. He also walked in the first inning, was stranded at second base. So Hill United living off that Nick Carril 2-run blast in the first, but unable to generate anything else from that point on, run-wise.
Big swing there by Jason Hill.
Seems Volquez is finding a little more steam as he's fired the last few pitches in hard.
And he is working at a little bit quicker pace than he did back in that second inning.
He blows that one by Hill. And quickly 0-2 is the count.
The pitchers, the infielders love to see when a pitcher works in a real quick mode. Obviously, your infielders are playing a little bit sharper then. Quicker pace.
High fly ball to the first base side. This could get out, and it does. Just missed the camera sitting there on top of the first base dugout.
Good play there by both Nick Santos and Alan West going down that line, trying to track down that ball.
Pitch sails in high, 1-2. Volquez had a pitch to burn, and he tried to get Hill chasing. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. And down goes Hill. Strikeout number 2 of the inning. That's going to bring up Jeff Ellsworth, who was a strikeout victim back in the first. But he took some pretty big cuts. I don't think he eased off the swing at all in his first at-bat. We'll see what he does here.
See if he readjusts.
Jeff Ellsworth, not only a player, but a coach as well. As he's giving back to the game, there goes Shales, and he gets to second base as the throw sailed high from Sandoval. I don't know if they would have got Shales with a good throw. He got a really good jump.
I don't think so. You know, the whole thing is to know when to run and the pitch to run selection. You don't always have to be fast. You have to run smart.
So Sales gets himself into scoring position for Ellsworth. We'll see what he can do here. Have a feeling runs may be coming at a premium at this point now. And Ellsworth will take a walk.
A little more patient at the plate this time for Jeff Ellsworth. Mark Johnson now the batter for the Hill United Chiefs in the bottom of the third inning with 2 down. Runners on first and second. Mark Johnson flew out to the center fielder, Marcus Tan, back in the first inning.
Well, chance for Hill United here to open the door a little more. The last thing you want to do is have a team hang around you. 2-0, definitely not as much of a score as Hill United would like. But it seems Volquez is into a pretty good rhythm at this point in time.
Yeah, you want to separate that run differential if you can, if you're Hill United. Pueblo Bandits obviously trying to contain them. You get into the latter part of the game and it's still only 2-0. It's the old bloop bleep and a blast and you're back into the tie ball game.
One-two pitch. And that's just a little low to make it 2-2. Big swing and a miss, and that will do it. So Johnson is a strikeout victim as Volquez does it himself. 2 runners stranded for Hill United, but they still lead 2-0. We'll head to the top of the 4th inning. This is the 2018 ISC World Tournament from Kitchener, Ontario. You're watching it on the ISC Network.
When you're in St. John's, Newfoundland, you're at home. And you're never more at home than when you're at Kelly's Pub, right on famous George Street. Traditional live music and some of the best fish and chips in the city are what you'll get at Kelly's. One of the top fastball sponsors in the country is right here in St. John's. Kelly's Pub, live music, great food, and friendly service. Right around the corner is 3 Cheers Pub, home of the 3-time Canadian national champions. 3 Cheers is downtown St. John's friendly pub. Affordable drinks and great staff with buckets all day, every day. 3 Cheers Pub is a proud fastball sponsor. Kelly's Pub and 3 Cheers Pub, come and make yourself at home.
For all your team uniform and equipment needs, fastball, slow pitch, and hockey, for players and teams, make sure you visit Corbett Source for Sports on the South Service Road in Oakville, Ontario. There's a lot of deals to be had on all kinds of equipment. Thank you to Paul Hurd and Corbett Source for Sports for their generous sponsorship of the broadcast program.
To the top of the fourth inning we go. 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up for Pueblo. And it's going to be Pablo Figueroa leading things off. He hit a single just over Todd Hunter's head, the second baseman, back in the first inning. But just 2 singles for Pueblo in this game so far against Adam Fulcard. That ball is punched to the third base side, foul.
Only 2 hits put on the board by Hill United Chiefs, but one of those was a 2-run shot by Nick Carell back in that first inning.
Come on, Simon. Come on, good hitter.
Great pitch by Fulcard. Freezes Figueroa and down on strikes for the first out of the inning. That's the 8th strikeout of the game for Mr. Fulcard. Wilton Villafana coming up to the plate. He was a strikeout victim back in the first.
Ball kind of slipped out of Adam Fulcard's hand there on the release.
Well, they all can't be perfect all the time, Joe.
No.
Slap to the second base side, Todd Hunter. Quick flip to first, and there's quickly 2 out in the inning. Alan West, 0 for 1 on the day, a strikeout back in the second. So now the tempo starting to pick up a little bit. Montroni trying to frame it up for a strike call, but the home plate umpire said nope. Fulcard quickly gets going here. Two away for Pueblo in the top of the fourth inning. And they desperately need base runners.
Alan West trying to find the ability to be one of those base runners, trying to find the pitch. That Adam Fulcard potentially might make a mistake on.
And that's a nice catch by Todd Hunter as
grab.
he ice creams it at the top of the ladder for the third out of the inning. So West is recorded as an out, 3 up, 3 down, and Hill United back to work as we head to the bottom of the fourth. You're watching the 2018 ISC World Tournament from Kitchener, Ontario on the ISC Network.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and the Kitchener River Shark Twins repeat. Back-to-back Jets! It's the local kid who wins it.
Swing and a miss. Jarvis, 3-peats.
Adam Fulcard, absolutely.
Here comes the throw to the plate. Are the world champions.
2015 ISC Men's World Champions.
Shane Bowen has hit the game-winning home run, and the Toronto Gators are world champions.
We get set for the bottom of the fourth inning here with Shane Boland and James Todhunter due up here, the 8 and 9 hitters. Todhunter with a beautiful defensive play to end the top of the fourth with that ice cream cone catch. And if you want a replay of that, you can just hit the rewind button on YouTube a couple times on this channel, and it'll take you back, and then you can catch up again by hitting live, and away you go. Instant replay, and you control it. That's power. And Hill United trying to find some power again, but instead Boland will ground out to the shortstop for the first out of the inning. James Todhunter will come up to the plate, flew out to the third base side in the second. So the Carril home run in the second inning, or in the first inning, pardon me, the only run-producing hit so far this evening. But I don't know, Joe, if I'm Hill United, I know you're a good team, but the longer you let a team hang around, the more dangerous it becomes.
Exactly. Hill United have left 5 runners on base so far, 3 in scoring position. Not something you like to do. They've had the chances to put runs on the board, but haven't come through with that big clutch yet.
Here's Volquez. Trying to get Todhunter to chase, doesn't work. Brad Ezekiel due up, the leadoff hitter in the lineup, or the top of the order. That one's punched deep left field, but that's going to sail foul and out of play. So the bat continues. One-two pitch. Good patience by Todhunter to take that one. That one's flared to the gap, and that's going to sink in for a base hit. Todhunter trying to take second. The throw is offline, and in with the double is Todhunter. And another runner in scoring position, and now the top of the order coming up for Hill United in Brad Ezekiel.
Todhunter doing it with the bat now, has had 2 great defensive plays, adding for a third out in the ending the third inning and the fourth inning. Now doing it with the bat.
That one's slapped to center field. That's deep, but on the fence line. Todhunter's going to tag up and scamper to third base on the long fly ball by Ezekiel. Now Nick Carril coming up 1 for 2 on the day with a home run. And he has another runner in scoring position here. With 2 out back of the second inning and a runner on third base, Carril struck out looking, unable to get that runner home. Has an opportunity here to redeem himself.
Volquez wiping his brow in between pitches.
Carrillo doesn't want to get cheated here. He's swinging hard. 1-2 on the batter right now.
Well, he got caught looking at that third strike back in the second inning. Doesn't want to do that again.
This time he swings through an offering and strands the runner at third base. So Hill United unable to push a runner home from third base. It's still a 2-0 lead as we head to the top of the fifth. This is the 2018 ISC World Tournament from Kitchener, Ontario, and you're watching it on the ISC Network.
Whatever your delivery requirements are across North America, Skelton Truck Lines provides you with reliable, safe, and high-quality service at a fair price. Skelton Truck Lines equipment is satellite tracked and delivers small parcel, less than truckload, and expedited shipments throughout Canada and the U.S. With over 50 years of experience and more than 50 trucks serving 4 divisions, Skelton Truck Lines is a thriving Ontario business and a proud fastball sponsor. Visit us online at skeltontruck.com. Thanks to Mike Skelton for supporting the broadcast program.
To the top of the fifth we go. 2-0 lead for Hill United over the Pueblo Bandits. Tyrone Sandoval, Isaac Nunez, and Dan Vigil, the scheduled hitters for the Bandits. And it will be Sandoval leading things off. Just 2 base runners so far this game for the visiting team. But they only trail 2-0.
Tyrone Sandoval was one of 3 players selected off this Pueblo Bandit team to make the ISC2 All-Tournament team last year in Grand Rapids. Sandoval in the catcher position, Melvin Batista in the All-Tournament pitcher position, and Pablo Figueroa in the outfield position. So they did well last year, making a name for themselves in that ISC2 All-Tournament team.
And Sandoval has worked the count into his favor, 3-0. So Folkard cannot miss again, or he'll issue a walk. That's called a strike. Three-one delivery coming up. And big hack by Sandoval.
Big quick turn. Good quick hands there, but just never caught up with the ball.
That's punched up the middle, picked up by Shales. Smooth delivery to first base. And the first out is recorded.
Great range there by Shales to go behind second base to pick up that leadoff out here in the top of the fifth inning.
Isaac Nunez coming up to the plate now.
Nunez with that all-white helmet really stands out with those white pants.
And the white gloves.
Yes.
Strikeout victim in the second inning in his first plate appearance. Folkard just missing low in the strike zone. And a walk is issued. So Nunez gets aboard on the pass, and Dan Vigil, the shortstop, coming up to the plate. He struck out back in the third inning.
Adam Folkard had a walk in yesterday's game. This is his first walk in today's game. Big full swing there by Dan Vigil. With the runner at first base, you think he might be choking up a bit. He's trying to punch a ball over the grass.
Another big swing, and Vigil goes down with that hack. Strikeout number 9 on the day for Folkard. Nick Santos now to the plate. He had a single back in the third inning. I believe he looped it over the head of Nick Shales. And he's well behind that offering from Folkard. And quickly 0-2 the count on the batter. Folkard using a lot of heat in this game, wondering if he'll change it up here. Give us a little something different to chew on. No, went with some speed there. Stays at 0-2 on the foul off.
Well, with Santos getting a hit back in that third inning, he doesn't want to potentially throw that off-speed pitch to that number 9 batter and then potentially start off a big inning because you're going back up to the top part of the order.
And it would be the third time through the order for Folkard. To the second base side, Todd Hunter pounces on it quickly. And no hesitation there to get it to first, and that will do it. As Pueblo leaves a runner on base, and they still can't crack that scoreboard. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Due up for Hill United will be Shells, Montroni, and Hill coming up shortly. This is the 2018 ISC World Tournament from Kitchener, Ontario, and you're watching it on the ISC Network.
Jukasa Radio 93.5 FM, operating from the 6 nations of the Grand River Territory, is dedicated to the promotion of Indigenous culture, positive initiatives, language, and music to our youth. We offer a unique blend of top 40, hip-hop, R&B programming, and Indigenous music. You can count on Jukasa Radio 93.5 FM to help your voice be heard. Our interactive call-in shows feature locally produced news, sports, health, current affairs, and social issues. Unique programming with an Indigenous perspective. Listen live at jukasaradio.ca or download the Jukasa Radio app free from your app store.
Back for the bottom of the 5th inning. Nick Shales scheduled to lead things off here, and number 27 will step up to the plate. He is 0 for 1 with a walk today. Stolen base mixed in there as well. He was stranded at second back in the third. With that 2-0 lead here deep in the game, the Bandits still hanging around with an opportunity. But again, Hill United, a number of runners left on base through the contest.
Again, 6 runners left on base in 4 innings of work. And 4 of those have been in scoring position. So got to take a chance, take that ability to drive in those runs when you get those chances. Pueblo Bandits still sticking around.
Yenyer Volquez has gone the distance for Pueblo into his 5th inning of work. Gotta wonder how much longer he has left in his game, this being the 3rd time through the lineup. Still has some heat though, as Shales well behind that pitch. Shales drives it to left field, but that will hang, and Turkelson will swallow that up for the first out of the inning. Bruno Montrodi, the scheduled hitter. He is 0 for 1 on the day, a walk and a strikeout. He was one of the runners left on base, stranded at 3rd way back in the 1st inning. Solid single there, up the gut, center field. And Montroni quickly gets aboard. Jason Hill now set to hit. He too has a strikeout and a walk today.
Volquez has done a pretty good job containing these bats of the Hill United team. That is just the 4th hit put on the board by Hill United.
We're going to get a pinch runner here as number 67, Benny Weidman, comes in for the Chiefs. He's at first base. So Weidman running for Montroni here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And there he goes, first pitch. He'll slide into second base. And again, a runner in scoring position for the Chiefs.
So another runner in scoring position for Hill United.
Hill trying to be patient up at the plate.
Sandoval got double crossed on that pitch. Wasn't what he called. He had to stand up to receive the ball.
That one sails too far inside, make it 2-1 on the batter now. Just a reminder coming up, some good games this evening at the ISC World Tournament. Slap to the second baseman, that's off his glove, and Hill is on first on the air. Going to third base is Weidman.
Just an update on Lou Davis, the umpire that was injured earlier in the game. Lou has gone to the hospital and getting checked out for possible concussion, so getting checked out. Just good protocol, really, to be checked.
Again, took a pitch to the top of the head. It cut him, and he was quickly escorted off the field. So thoughts with Lou. Hopefully everything is okay, and it's just more of a precaution than anything else at this point. That's what caused the delay here, as we had some downtime while they went and got a replacement umpire in Mr. Bloom, who's in behind the plate now, calling balls and strikes. Jeff Ellsworth up at the plate, the DP today. A walk and a strikeout, bunt down the third base side, and it just trickles foul. Trying the suicide, he got it down, but it just twisted into foul territory before reaching the third base bag.
Good execution there by Jeff Ellsworth, just didn't stay within the lines.
That was my big problem in kindergarten, staying between the lines. Never could do that. 1-2 pitch. Ellsworth will foul that off, stays alive.
Scores from the alternate diamonds here in Kitchener. Coburg DRC 5-0 lead final over the Bell Carthage Outlaws. And in the 6th inning, the Bear Bottom Lodge have a 2-1 lead over the North River Bulldogs. Sorry, Monsters.
2-2 count on Ellsworth here. Swing and a miss. And he sits down on strikeout number 2 on the day for Ellsworth. Mark Johnson now steps up to the plate, 0 for 2. Fly out to center field and a strikeout for his day today. He's got a runner at third base, pardon me. First and third with 2 away here. Got to score at least 1.
7th strikeout for Volquez with that K on Ellsworth.
Johnson will settle in. And he'll take strike number 2. Now here's a question. Do you send Jason Hill at this point in time? The answer is no.
No, I would send him. You got a lead, a 2-0 lead. You want to make things happen?
Your bats haven't really produced anything since the first.
A strikeout by Johnson back in the 3rd inning, so I'd put the hit and run on at least.
Two and 2 on the batter now. And now the count pushed to 3-2. So the runner at second base will be moving here. And that's a high pop-up on the infield. The first baseman will track that down, and threat is negated here in the bottom of the 5th inning as, again, Hill United unable to take advantage of a runner in scoring position early in the inning. We'll head to the top of the 6th. This is the 2018 ISC World Tournament from Kitchener, Ontario, and you're watching it on the ISC Network.
When you're in St. John's, Newfoundland, you're at home. And you're never more at home than when you're at Kelly's Pub, right on famous George Street. Traditional live music and some of the best fish and chips in the city are what you'll get at Kelly's. One of the top fastball sponsors in the country is right here in St. John's. Kelly's Pub, live music, great food, and friendly service. Right around the corner is 3 Cheers Pub, home of the 3-time Canadian national champions. 3 Cheers is downtown St. John's friendly pub. Affordable drinks and great staff with buckets all day, every day. 3 Cheers Pub is a proud fastball sponsor. Kelly's Pub and 3 Cheers Pub, come and make yourself at home.
We go to the top of the 6th inning, and the Pueblo Bandits just hanging around like a guest that doesn't want to leave her house. Turkelson, Tan, and Figueroa scheduled to hit here for Pueblo. Want to say a big thank you to Nick Cadis of Sports Canada TV, getting all the great angles through the broadcasts. Thank you very much, Nick, for your work. Also getting the best angles on our shots, which means we're not on the screen, which is always a good thing.
Yes.
It's all about the guys on the field. Turkelson leading things off here in the top of the inning, and he's nowhere near that pitch. Adam Folkard getting the start today for Hill United, and he's worked the distance so far. 9 strikeouts on the day for the pitcher, trying to notch another one on his belt. Turkelson's struck out twice in his plate appearances. They'll ask if he swung, and sure enough he did, and Turkelson for the 3rd time today goes down swinging.
No, I think that's just a
or
second
did they
strike.
second strike, pardon me. There we go. I'm officially tired. Missed that one. Can't count anymore. That's not good. 3-2. Plus, I messed up my scorebook. Now
no, that's even the worst part of the whole episode there.
All right, Turkelson trying to get something going here for Pueblo. Late in the contest. There he goes. Down swinging on the 3-2 pitch. So 1 away, and Marcus Tan's going to come up to the plate. 0 for 2 on the day. Oh, look out. Tan is hit. Folkard will walk up to the plate and make sure he knows that that was not on purpose by any stretch of the imagination.
He's going to need some time to walk that one off.
That was flush on the left hip, and he is certainly showing some discomfort. So they get settled down at first base. Tan still grimacing, but shakes his manager off, saying, yeah, I'm fine. Pablo Figueroa coming up to the plate now, the right fielder. 1 for 2 on the day, a strikeout and a single.
Big part of the game here. Chance for Pueblo Bandits to get back in here.
1 out in the inning, and that shot up the gut, and going to second base is Tan, and a solid single for Figueroa, his second hit of the day, and that will set the stage for the cleanup hitter Wilton Villafana. Number 25, 0 for 2, a ground out to second base and a strikeout. But your number 4 hitter's there for a reason, and it's for situations like these. 3rd time Villafana's faced Adam Folkard today.
Just 1 out in this whole situation now.
Well, we talked about hanging around, Joe. 1 swing of the bat could give Pueblo the lead.
They've done a great job in that part of the game. Now it's time for the big hit. Get them back in the game.
But quickly, he's down 0-2.
You're going to see Adam work very hard here now. Going to work pretty quickly and going to come with a lot of pepper.
Trying to reach back for a little more oomph behind that delivery.
Marcus Tan has really good wheels out at second base.
1-2 delivery. That misses the mark, and the count's even at 2. Volker trying to hit that outside corner, but he's missed 3 consecutive times, and from an 0-2 count, it's now sitting at 3-2.
Give full credit to Villafana for hanging in there. Good plate discipline.
And swing and miss, Villafana is erased on the strikeout. Second out of the inning, Allen West, 0 for 2 on the day. Will come up to hit, struck out back in the second, flew out to the second baseman back in the fourth. And when I say fly out, I mean a soft line drive that Todd Hunter had to jump very high for, and he snagged it.
Great defensive play.
Batter calls time, and it's granted to him. Volkard with a little bit of a chuckle there. He'll get back to his position. Look out. And a little bit of a stare down from the batter to the pitcher. And the umpire trying to play negotiator between the two teams. So a late timeout call by the batter, which was granted by the umpire, leads to a high and inside pitch.
Allen West has to regroup here now.
Nowhere near that offering, and it's quickly 1-2, but Volkard had
good change of speeds there by Volkard. Going to come back with a high heater here now.
A little too high. Count even at 2. Good discipline by West to lay off that pitch. 3-2 the count.
Got a good little battle going on here now between West and Volkard.
Runners will be off and running here. And swing and a miss by West. And he's unable to make any contact whatsoever. So Volkard picks up his 12th strikeout of the contest as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still a slim 2-0 lead for Hill United. This is the 2018 ISC World Tournament from Kitchener, Ontario, and you're watching it on the ISC Network.
To an ISC event? Then stop waiting. Check out our website or social media pages to see when the next event will be near you and come be a part of the experience.
So the Nick Carril 2-1 blast way back in the first inning, still the difference in this one. It's going to be Shane Boland to James Todd Hunter and Brad Ezekiel coming up here. in the bottom of the 6th inning. Boland is 1 for 2 on the day. Single back in the 2nd inning and a ground out to shortstop back in the 4th. So his 3rd plate appearance. And he'll take a first pitch strike from Mr. Volquez, who has gone the distance here. We were questioning whether or not he'd last the 1st inning, let alone 6. But he's done the job since. And he's quickly up on Boland, 0-2.
7 strikeouts, 4 walks, giving up just the 4 hits. And the 2 runs.
Boland patient there. Count rolls up to 2-2. Low inside, 3-2 now the count. And Boland trying to work his way on to the base paths here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Well, try and get on base, add some insurance runs.
And that will definitely be a ball. As Boland will scoot down to first base. Todd Hunter now coming up to the plate. A double back in the 4th inning. He flew out to the 3rd baseman in the 2nd. I'm surprised here Hill United hasn't pinch run for Boland. Maybe for some extra speed or...
Shane can run the bases pretty good.
Ezekiel on deck waiting for his turn. Todd Hunter lets that one sail high and wide for ball 2. There goes Boland down to second base. He gets in there ahead of the throw. So Boland getting himself into scoring position. And have a little discussion here as the infielders make their way to the pitcher's circle. That meeting didn't last very long.
No, I'm just wondering if Sandoval was just switching signs with Shane Boland at second base. Switching the indicator off to a different signal.
3-1 pitch on the way, and that's sent foul to the first base side. Look out. 3-2 the count now. And that's a high fly ball to center field. Tan coming in. Tan will make the catch. And Todd Hunter is retired. Brad Ezekiel now coming up to the plate. And he is 1 for 3. Need a little more spark here from the top of the order. Nothing since the first inning.
And actually, I believe the official scorekeeper gave that first hit an error on the scorebooks.
That one slapped to center. A no-doubter. 2-run blast. No error there for Ezekiel. And the lead grows for Hill United.
Good quick turn by Brad Ezekiel to widen the margin there for the Hill United Chiefs to double the score from 2 up to 4. Add that insurance runs, as you saw the Pueblo Bandits threatened back in that other previous inning.
Well, the center fielder, Marcus Tan, did not move. That ball was crushed to center field on a line. Tan just watched it sail over his head. And if you're sitting there saying, well, you should always make an attempt for the ball. No, there was no chance.
No.
It was over his head before he even looked up to this to where it was going. Nick Carril at the plate right now. 1 for 3 tonight.
But that one hit being the two-run home run back in that first inning. Right now with Pueblo Bandits unable to make a notch on that scoreboard. That potentially is the game-winning RBIs.
Oh, and he's worked the count to 3-1 right now as Volquez starting to struggle a little bit. Three and 2 now the count. Volquez taking some extra time here, making sure everything's set the way he wants it. And that's fouled off. How much more time do you give Volquez here? Nobody warming up in the bullpen.
No, I believe that they'll probably be leaving Volquez in now to finish this game off.
Swing and a miss, and Volquez storms back to strike out Carril. And it's 2 away in the inning with Nick Shales coming up to the plate.
Volquez with his 8th strikeout of the game. 3 notched up to Carril.
Shales laying off. Count is sitting at 2-0. Nobody on base, so just throwing back to the pitcher. 4-0 lead for Hill United. Two-run home runs this evening. Carril driving in Ezekiel back in the first inning, and Ezekiel driving in Boland here in the bottom of the 6th. And Shales will take a walk. So the innings extended with Bruno Montroni coming up to the plate. And number 28 with a walk, a strikeout, and a single here tonight. Marching orders from the manager coming up to Volquez. You've got this. This is yours. 2 out in this inning.
We have an update on a score on Diamond, on one of the alternate diamonds. Nith River Monsters now leading the Bear Bottom Lodge in the bottom of the 6th inning by a 3-2 score. That's 3-2 in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Nith River Monsters over the Bear Bottom Lodge.
Montroni will foul that back at a play. Count quickly to 0-2 now on the batter. So if Volquez can get out of here, last chance avenue for the Bandits going into the top of the 7th. Hill United could score 3 more. Shales coming in, and stolen base for Shales. His second of the game. But again, if Hill United scores 3 more runs, then that's the day. But Volquez has 2 away right now.
Volquez would obviously like to shut the door, give his team a chance, get their bats going. Pueblo Bandits with just 3 hits to this point of the game. Still with donuts on the scoreboard.
That's spanked to left field. That's high. That's deep. That's gone. Home run, Bruno Montroni. And 2 more runs coming to score. And that makes it 6-0. With 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Coming up to the plate is Jason Hill. He is 0 for 2 on the day with a walk and a strikeout. He reached on an error back in the 5th.
Two big 2-run home run shots this inning. Brad Ezekiel and Bruno Montroni.
And this one's going to stay in play. And in foul territory, West makes the catch. So Hill is the 3rd out of the inning, which means we go to the top of the 7th. But a commanding lead now for the Hill United Chiefs. This is the 2018 ISC World Tournament here in Kitchener, and you're watching it on the ISC Network.
Whatever your delivery requirements are across North America, Skelton Truck Lines provides you with reliable, safe, and high-quality service at a fair price. Skelton Truck Lines equipment is satellite tracked and delivers small parcel, less than truckload, and expedited shipments throughout Canada and the U.S. With over 50 years of experience and more than 50 trucks serving 4 divisions, Skelton Truck Lines is a thriving Ontario business and a proud fastball sponsor. Visit us online at skeltontruck.com. Thanks to Mike Skelton for supporting the broadcast program.
So we go to the top of the 7th inning. Pueblo Bandits in behind Hill United 6-0. 4 runs coming across home plate in the bottom of the 6th, thanks to a pair of 2-run home runs. One by Brad Ezekiel and the other by Bruno Montroni. So now the Bandits will send their hitters to the plate to face Adam Folkard, who's gone the distance here today. Tyrone Sandoval, Isaac Nanez, and Dan Vigil are the scheduled hitters, and Sandoval will step into the batter's box to lead things off here.
Sandoval got something in his eye there.
Montroni trying to keep Folkard to that outside part of the plate. And Folkard hitting his spots well. That's 1-2 count on the batter now.
Sandoval has to get that bat up and ready.
To the feet of Montroni, throws it down to first base, and in time to get the runner, Sandoval, and that was not an easy play for the catcher, Bruno Montroni.
Montroni kind of lost it in his feet there, but third baseman Shane Bolin actually helped him finding the ball. Good vocal call there by Shane Bolin to assist the catcher in locating that ball.
But then he had to make the throw down to first base, and by the time he picked it up, he was right in line with the runner and had to loft it over Sandoval to get it to the first baseman. He made a good throw. So one away here via the strikeout. Nanez up to the plate. 0 for 1 with a walk this afternoon, or this evening. That bounces into the catcher. Folkard having a little bit of trouble here against Nanez. Down 3-0 in the count quickly. And Nanez takes the walk. Dan Vigil now coming up to the plate. 2 strikeouts today for the shortstop.
2 walks issued by Adam Folkard, both to Isaac Nanez.
And it looks like we're going to have a pinch runner for Nanez. It's going to be number 10, Luke Vigil, coming in to run here. So Dan Vigil up at the plate. Luke Vigil will be running for Nanez. Big swing and a miss by Vigil. Sun starting to set to the west. Won't be too much longer till the lights start to come on here at the ballpark, because everybody needs a little illumination once in a while. 0-2 count on the batter quickly. And swing and a miss made it strike 3. So Dan Vigil down on strikes for 2 away. Strikeout number 14 for Folkard, and Nick Santos. Last breath here for Pueblo. And Folkard now just throwing heat.
Just nothing but BBs now.
Challenging the batters to try and catch up to it. One and 2, barring any unforeseen circumstances. The next pitch should be a high heater. And there it is. Adam Folkard goes the distance. Picks up 15 strikeouts. Allows just the 3 hits. And the Hill United Chiefs stay undefeated with the 6-0 win over the Pueblo Bandits. So Hill United on track to stay in the undefeated bracket, and it'll just get a little tougher the next time around.
Very dominant pitching performance put on there by Adam Folkard with the 15 strikeouts, just allowing the 2 walks and the 1-hit batsman. Hill United coming through with those 3 2-run shots to win the game by that 6-0 margin.
First of the 2-run shots coming in the first inning, the other 2 coming in the bottom of the 6th. So that does it for us here for this broadcast. Hill United 6-0 winners over Pueblo Bandits. On behalf of Joe Todd, I'm Steve Sabrin. Thanks for watching. More to come at the 2018 ISC World Tournament from Kitchener, Ontario on the ISC Network.